All right, time for some death metal on this channel. I haven't done a lot of death metal. I did one on Connecticut death metal, the Excoriate, but really a lot of the videos I've done has been as far as metal, been black metal. So let's change that. And this was inspired by going through spinning some old death metal 7 inches. From my collection, from the early 90s through the mid 90s. This is everything I wrote for, purchased from bands, labels, all back then. But to set this apart a little bit, I'm gonna show off along with the original 7 inch, and like I said, these are pretty much some of my favorites. It's not everything from my collection, but I just pulled stacks out. Let's just go through them, take a look, and along with it, if I had an original flyer, picture, demo, T-shirt, again, that original, all from back then. I purchased, through the bands, even at a show, through the mail. But let's dive into, this is just death metal. Maybe a couple that walk the border. And you'll see, I'll maybe Black Death. But, when we get to the stack of black metal ones, I might possibly throw those particular Black Death ones in there. We'll see. Anyway, let's get this kicked off, and we're going to go to 86. Yes, there's death metal, okay? To me, the band I'm going to show here, the 7-inch, in 86 had a demo out. Back then, to me, it was heavier than thrash. I mean, if you're going to call it thrash, I have no problem with that. I could see, definitely. But to me, this was death metal. Definitely influenced by Celtic Frost. You could hear that in the riffs. I'm playing some of it now. This is a Danish band, and really never got the recognition. But in 1995, it was Minion Creations. And that was a guy from Belgium who did, anybody who remember Poison from Germany, he put out that Poison LP in 93, and that's absolutely fantastic black metal. Midian Creations was run by guy Vim, and he actually did the Merciless logo and wrote for the Dutch art shop. But anyway, let's get to the band itself, and that band is Sam Hain, and this is the Courier demo put on vinyl. When did this come out? When did I say 95? Yeah, this was 95. I ordered this directly from Vim back then. Super cool guy. You can see the logo was done by Chris Vervimp, which did a lot of, what do you do, Marduk? That's who I could think. Yeah, he did a lot of black death metal bands, but yeah, this was a demo put on 7-inch. Now, Sam Hain was actually on a few compilations in the 80s too. Speed Metal Hell #2 and Thresh Metal Attack with the song Plague Messiah right there. Great stuff. Like I said, I consider this death metal. and know, hey, let's kick it off with something, I know a lot of black death metal bands were influenced by this, but absolutely fantastic. Highly recommended. One of my fave bands, demo bands. Never really went anywhere. Actually, I want to mention the two members, Henrik and Esteban in the band. Sam Hain did a fucking awesome zine called Blackthorn Mag, and featured a lot of thrash in the beginning of the 80s. I think they probably started around mid 80s, let's say 84 or 85, somewhere around there. I mean, they had all kinds of fucking amazing thrash bands, underground bands, and then gradually, hell, I think they had him. I think I have it somewhere. They interviewed Dead when he first joined Mayhem. I think that was Blackthorn. And then they got into the death metal first wave. Great zine. If you ever see any, pick them up. All right, moving along now. Like, if you're gonna tell me this is a black metal band, no problem. I think the first LP is more death, and when I say, hey, when I throw out this catchphrase, "We are death, fuck you," who is it? But come on, Sadistic Execution. Don't get me wrong. I think they walked the line. Black Death. Hey, if you want to see the thrash, the Magus is definitely thrash or death thrash. And of course, they were on tour with Absu and Slade back in the day. But this is one. I think this was nothing more than 2 tracks from the first LP, Black Power Records, which put out some Rotting Christ stuff. I don't know if I got this from Sadistic themselves or William that used to run the fan club, or Black Power. I can't remember, but this, I might bring this up in the black when I do black metal too. We'll see, but great artwork by Rock, love it. So, I'm going with death metal because I think it fit in death metal. All right, and they're Australian, by the way. I think majority of people watching knows. They're from Australia. If you didn't, you're welcome. Okay, next we're going to Sweden. Vormet. Fucking killer. I remember this. Pretty sure I got from Cenotaph Records. Here we go. Or Repulse Records, which they were called Drown Productions then. But there you go, the first thing right there. The 7-inch. I might have ordered it from, I can't remember, but yeah, great Swedish death metal. Melodic yet brutal. These are the bands, these are the bands like this and the next one I'm going to show, for me, were taking the place of like Entombed and Dismember. I was happy discovering this stuff. A little bit more darker, I can't say I really enjoyed the full lengths from Dormant, but not gonna, they were good. I guess they got a little too melodic for me. Not that I don't like them, but this and of course the demos, killer stuff. Wanted to bring this up, Necropolis Mag. This is one of the most really prolific underground zines from the early 90s. Necropolis And this is from Paul that did, Necropolis Records, went on to do that. Um, Here you go. Demolish was going to actually come out on, what was it? Necropolis Death Chamber. Was it Death Chamber Records? I think he was or Audio Death Chamber Audio. It's going to be a label for starting with this release. I think I'm right on that. Checking if not. Yeah, this was just incredible. I wish somebody would reprint this. I forgot how many there was. This is issue 2, so obviously there's an issue 1. Just a who's who of, in pictures you don't, a lot of pictures in here you'll not, you won't see anywhere. Anyway, I wanted to, let's get to it here. Sticking with Gorment, here we go. Fucking sick interview with them. Look at the great photos here. Man, oh man, this, this is the stuff that just why I love the underground, why I got into it. Can you look at that fucking band shirt? Bullet Bell. I mean, this is what death metal bands should look like too, right? Not old guys like me, or like wearing glasses and short hair and baseball hats and fuck that shit, man. This is what death metal used to look like. Okay, so yeah, Necropolis. Anybody out there that's a book publisher? What's that one from the UK? Forgot it. They do a lot of black metal books. Man, pay attention. Or maybe Paul himself. Paul's on Instagram from Necropolis, posting a lot of cool stuff. So much rare pictures and production pieces from when he was doing releases, and handwritten letters and notes about how to do the layouts for Necropolis releases. Check it out. Definitely go add him. Paul, do this, man, or somebody put these out. Okay, still in Sweden. Well, actually, before we get to the next one, remember I mentioned those Drowned Productions. Here we go. These were how the label started. This was the 1992, autumn of 92 catalog. And because I was mentioning, ordering the Gorment and possibly the Womb Bath, I think I ordered through Drown Production, Extreme Records now, Dave Rotten. Anyway, that's the man. I can't believe I used to be able to read this. This shit is, I can't even read this. The writing's so tiny now. Let's get to the show one more. This is 93. All right, sorry about that. Let me just, before I start getting text messages here, or you hear me getting text messages, because every fucking time I'm trying to shoot a video, somebody's fucking, of course. Here we go. This is 93. This is got a better look. Oh, shit. Okay. Forgot to show those off. Anyway, let's get to this. Where is it? Where is it? Can you see me squint? Holy shit. Yeah, here's the womb bath. I believe it's right here. Look at how small. I can't believe it. Just fucking hell. So, and Tunamo is up there too. Okay, just wanted to show. Yeah, this is, you know, these are small. Look at this. You know, but yeah, that's how he started a label. Dave started a label. Wanted to show this off. Here's an original Gorman ad. This is from Poser Slaughter Records. A limited 1,000 made. Oh shit! I kind of fucked up there, right? Should. Wow, wow, really fucked up. Okay. Where is it? Gorman. Okay, anyway. Okay, never mind. Jumping ahead, I'm throwing out too many names here. Okay, Gorman. There's that original ad I've had fucking since it was, you know, that release came out. Put that with that. Yeah, let's correct myself. I screwed up between Gorman and Tunamo. So here's the Tunamo. More great Swedish death metal. I love this guy Paul that did art. I don't know what I forgot where he was from, but I really liked his art. He did some really killer art. And off the top of my head, I can't remember what else he did. I think his name was Paul Nielsen. 92, he did that. Again, I like this 7-inch better than the full length. Not that the full length, you know, I dislike it. So we'll show this again, and I'll correct myself because this was Cenotaph. I might have ordered it from Cenotaph. I don't know, but I can't remember. Yeah, sorry about that confusion between. I was saying what Gore meant, and I was showing Tunamo. So there's that. Another one, original. Yet another one. We're gonna stay in Sweden here. And womb bath with the ripped off. Well, somebody drew it, but it's definitely Bernie Wrightston. I really don't know how much they altered here, but it's definitely a Bernie Wrightston if you're a comic book fan. Cover from one of the DC horror books. I forget, House of Mystery or something like that. This was on Infest Records out of was it Thrash Records too? Thrash and Infest. Yeah, this is fucking brutal, right? Brutal death metal. Again, I don't think the full lengths live up to what the 7 inches, you know, the early stuff was. I don't know, is this colored vinyl? No, black vinyl. Yeah, another one ordered on, and I got that through Drowned. Maybe Osmos back then, I'm not too sure. But here's the original ad, or one of them. Yeah, I got this early 90, you know, 92, 93, somewhere around there. And glad I kept all this shit. All right. Well, let's go. Okay, another Swedish one, and we'll stick with the Drown Productions releases. Again, this walks the fine line. If you want to say it's black metal, cool. Black Death, what have you. Definitely, I mesmerized by this cover when I saw it. I always thought this was one of the fucking sickest covers. Looking at this, you could see where when I'm like, yeah, it's black metal. Yeah, it's oh, you know what? What was I gonna say? Hold on a sec. Okay, never mind. You know what? I wanted to go back and I think I just found out about this because, of course, back then, unless it wasn't a fanzine or something, I didn't know. But now you can look up. I think it was it the Womb Bath? Or am I confused? I don't know. I thought Dan Swano. No, Dan Swano definitely. Did guitars, and what else did he do? Guitar. Yeah, and he recorded this also. And I think was the Tunimo or the Gourmet recorded, or Womb Bath, one of those, or a couple of those recorded at Gory Sound Studio, which is Dan Swano's studio. I'll have to look. But yeah, so Darkified, Sleep Forever. I could play this all the time. I love this. One of my favorite Swedish death, black death, 7 inches bands. Recorded by Dan Swano. He plays keyboards and did a guitar solo. His original ad from Drown Productions. Probably got this because if I was ordering from Drown, Osmos, stuff like that, I saved up the money and then did a big order, like maybe $100 or something, maybe even more, because first of all, stuff sold out really quick, and I wanted to grab as much as mail took forever back then. So you wanted to make sure. Here's the insert. That that you gotta, if you're gonna wait, then I was gonna wait on a lot of stuff coming in. There we go. Put that away. This has been re-released as cassettes, vinyl. I have a bunch of different versions of compilations, vinyl compilations with those songs and demo versions, blah, stuff like that over the years. Let's go back. Let's look. I thought I wrote it down. What is maybe the Gourmet was recorded at Gory Sound? It's probably not going to tell me. It's probably something you'll have to look up on Discogs, but it's not a big deal. But fuck it. While we're talking here, let's take a look. Yeah, Dan Swano. Dan Swano did. I thought, yeah, he did the Gourmet too. You know what? Let's get this moving on. I don't want to. If I'm right on, Dan Swano recorded so much at Gory Sound in the early on. It's not surprising that almost everything that I'm going to pull out, he did. I'm not too sure on the Dynamo or the Womb Bath. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. If you feel like dropping a comment, go for it. Let us know. If not, Discogs is there. Metal Archives, right? Okay. All right. To America. America. Okay. Let's see. Psychosis, which went on to call themselves Mass Psychosis later on. From Jersey. This is actually colored vinyl. Forgot about that. This is on Infest Records again. I saw them early on. What is this? Got to be from 91, 92. Because I have this cassette too. Was the first thing I got from the band when I saw them live. They played a show in Connecticut at the Boiler Room. I believe it was with at that time they were going under oh my god, I'm drawing a blank on the tip of my tongue. They Morpheus. They weren't Morpheus the Sens yet. And my pal Gordon Conrad, that went on to work with Eric, good dude, awesome dude. How you, Gordon? I don't know if he's still with Eric. I don't know what he's doing. If somehow, Gordon, you see this, hit me up, man. Yeah, another Connecticut guy. He put on that show, and man, Psychosis. I know they got some flack for it back in the day because they're considered rich kids, and they had all this gear, and they were pro with their setups, their amps, and their guitars, and their PA. But I don't know. What I listen to, I still like it. Can't say that for the full lengths. Kind of lost interest in after that. After they went to Mass, yeah. So the next one, Mass Psychosis, they were Gore Machine 7-inch. This is put out by the band. Oh, this was the split with Exterminants, which I think I think they were from Baltimore. I think Exterminants came up and played that show as this just talking about. I think this was put out by the. I don't know who put this out. Again, I like this. I still like it. I'm surprised. They were a very pro band from the beginning. I'm surprised. I don't know how many people know of them or how big they got. They were on a Polish label. I forgot. Maybe on Koch Records too, which I think Pyrexia might have did something for back then too. Yeah, I guess it just didn't work out for them, they should have been bigger, or could have been bigger. But anyway, yes, here's some, I was on the mailing list. So, massive, let's see, face, this is explaining mass psychosis to face. Singles. Let's see. This was a flyer for the face. Oh, right, Koch. There you go, Koch International. That was on the mailing list. So this is when the face was an EP or face on CD out September 1995. Let's see, I have My Private Hell, Gore Machine. Those are two old songs. unreleased track. I really forgot what the face was. It was the fucking demo, right? With some other extra addeds. Now, this was from '92, so this was early on. Flyer. I remember getting. They definitely spread their mail. I remember getting this a lot. You could see there's the demo 7-inch. I did have a long sleeve shirt and it glowed in the dark, which was kind of cool. The sleeve prints, but I sold out a while ago. Cool artwork on the back there. Necroporno. That was the full length. What did it say? Okay, they had it for sale. Even had a VHS video. Yeah, this is when they announced their new name was Mass Psychosis. I don't even know if did they have Necroporno was coming out. I don't even know if let's see, soon Necroporno. Yeah. So that was probably sent to me. And then the last bit of advertisement I have, I don't know if this was in regards to the tape or the CD, but this was just advertisement for Face. I don't know what this say. And some reviews from zines back then. Sounds of Death magazine, Metalcore, Voices from the Dark Side, great zine from Germany. Still available. Gore, let's see, Face Bite, still available. Gore Machine Split. Yeah, so this must still have been for the cassette, for the Face cassette. So there you have it. All right, let's move on. And we will continue. All right. Man, it's so fucking hot here. I'm drinking a winter lager. I'm on the East Coast. We have a heat wave. Actually, this video is broken up into a couple days. Today's July 4th, so I'm doing a recording because I'm staying in the house away from the fucking heat. And I'll wrap up and jump in the pool. All right, so we're gonna get back into it with this UK death doom band, Chorus of Ruin, Oceans of Sin 7-inch. What year was this? 92 maybe? Maybe somewhere around there. It's good. It's really good. I think it's a band that doesn't get talked about, and if you like early death doom from the UK, you know, a la My Dying Bride, Paradise Lost, Anathema, this is good. Listen to it a little bit right now. I don't know if I wrote to the band. I can't remember, but this was a original ad for their second demo I held on to. It's funny, it's good. Back in the day, people used to stamp the back of the flyers or write stuff. So you got Cradle of Filth. Wonder if was a member of Cradle of Filth and Putrefied Comp. All right. Next up is from the U.S. Oh yeah, Doomstone. Love this. Had that Possessed Cemetery demo I got from King Folly at the 1992 Rhode Island Death Fest that was with Embatigo. Yeah, those were the days, man, when people went around, green vinyl. People went around and peddled their wares, selling demos and fanzines and stuff like that. Giving away, well, not giving away, but handing out ads for shows. Um, and for demos and stuff like that, yeah, that you saw really, really in the early 90s. Even by the mid 90s, it was kind of dying off. But yeah, this had it's one of the original ads. PS Records distribution, I think, was, oh man, Dwayne Morris. That he had a bunch of bands. Um, did a stint in Incantation. But Doomstone, if you don't know, was kind of a black and death doom project from King of the Deceased. Was it the dude from, was it Artisan or Grand Belial's Keeper? I can't remember. I thought Les from Deceased maybe played on the demo or that. I thought he played bass. I could be wrong about that. I can't remember now. I don't feel like looking it up. Next, Mordor. Picture this. I think this was more Doom stuff too. Death Doom. I remember liking this on Shiva Deshana Records. Shiva Deshana did a lot of good stuff. Order from Chaos and Piety. Yeah, this is nice 7-inch. Mordor, I think they were Death Doom too. If I remember. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was good. I want to. Were they from? Man, I want to say they were from Switzerland. I don't know if I'm right though. I don't know if I'm right, but I remember liking this. And maybe I did, or I traded for. I got this from Action Records from Mass, which was Charlie Infection distribution. He did Psycho, or does Psycho still. I think he's still going with Psycho. So yeah, another probably pretty much. This is probably pretty much obscure, obscurador. Oh, did I? No, there was a Norador too. I think they were Greek black metal. This is Mordor. So another one from more obscure. Definitely recommended to check them out if you might have missed them even back then. Next one is the original. This is from I'm going to go to Finland. This is absolutely one of my favorite 7-inches releases, death metal releases of all time. Influenced quite a many band. Abhorrence from Finland, like I said. This is on Seraphic Decay. I think a lot of people know the notoriety of band or what they're notorious from. So Blue Marble vinyl here. Yeah, this is one of the first things I ordered in the mail. Got 91, 92. I think this came out in 91. And it's hard to believe this was recorded like in 90 or 91, somewhere around there. Considering how just crushingly heavy, just the atmosphere on this, the production, so heavy. Yeah, I mean, destroys this, let alone destroys most death metal, even to this day. All right. Okay, another kind of obscure one. This is a band from Kentucky, USA. Sarcoma. I really only kept this because of the Chris Moynihan cover. And, listening to it again, I don't think it holds up. It's kind of generic. The production's kind of, which normally doesn't bother me, but Yeah, it's kind of generic. Maybe it was more death grind. I like the vocals, um, but I don't know. There's something about the production on this holding me back from liking it. Um, Couple cool riffs, but it's kind of basic, generic death metal from even for back then. This was on Arkham Productions out of France. I looked them up. I don't know. Couldn't find much on them. But there's a couple original ads. Got in the mail back then. Or I might have got it from the band for some reason. I don't know. Maybe one of the dudes wrote to me. I was doing the compilation series, Diabolical Netherworld. But somehow I have a original photo, not a Polaroid. It's not a Polaroid. Yeah, I'm not too sure how I got this. I'd assume one of the guys wrote to me. Maybe he ordered something, maybe we did a trade. Maybe that's how I got this 7-inch. Not too sure. But like I said, I was doing compilation tapes. I did one, Diabolical Netherworld, they were called. The first one was a little bit more a mix of black and death metal. But the second one was all black metal. So they certainly weren't fitting the bill. And then by the third one, yeah, it was still black metal, but I was kind of branching out to like more like gothy industrial stuff. Still metal, still maybe in the metal arena, but it was I think the last one I did was 95, 96. So I was already losing patience with the black metal scene then. It was getting generic, and then the bands that were good were changing just almost too drastically. So yeah, it was fun while it lasted. Okay, so still in the U.S., everybody knows Autopsy. This is the Tortured Moans of Agony. Then Phil from Disma, I know, did the. Did he do the? No, he did the cover, or at least the lettering here. I don't know if he did anything with the logo. He probably did. But this was put out, Necromonic, Roy, recorded Bonnie's 5/16/1993. Sounds awesome. I did see him on that tour, not at that show. I saw him twice. It was 93, so that had to be with Morgue and Vital Remains. Yeah, that was a great tour. And you know what? I know Autopsy's popularities, really, and good for them. They deserve it. But back then, you're lucky if there was 25 people at these Autopsy show. I mean, it didn't help that they came out at like 1, 2 in the morning. I think I saw that tour at the Roxy in Long Island. Yeah, they didn't come on until like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was crazy, and you only had a couple bands then. I forgot who opened. No, maybe Human Remains? I don't know. Forget. But yeah, this is classic. And again, Autopsy's just popular. They weren't that popular then, Remember a lot of people like, that's too slow, blah, 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 The diehards liked it. I liked it when it came out. Because they had, tapping into that Black Sabbath doom shit, man, and then throwing, sick, death metal vocals. So it worked for me. Took a while for people to catch on, but classic. Glad I still have this. Okay, another classic. This is more brutal death metal. Again, I think this band is more popular now than back then, and that's Rochevore. And again, good for them. I guess they're still kicking, they're still playing. I remember running into what's his name? Jeez. At the Campaign for Musical Destruction tour, which was 92. What was that? It's this. Still have the Relapse Out in here flyer with lyrics. Yeah, I ran into and I forgot. Is it Chris? Oh, man, Chris. I forgot his name. Anyway, Campaign for Musical Destruction, which was a tour. Napalm Death, Carcass, Brutal Truth, and Cathedral. Saw that tour twice. Awesome tour. And they happened to play at Toad's Place in Connecticut, which is close to me. I was shocked. But yeah, I saw this dude standing behind me. He had this huge upside down cross on. And I got to talking to him. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm in Rochefort. I was like, oh, shit. Cool. I know who you are, or I know your band. But yeah, I traveled all the way from Philly to Connecticut for that show. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, that show didn't played all over New York. I saw Connecticut, Massachusetts. It was a big tour. It was for Utopia Banished album and Carcass's Necroticism. Cathedral's first release, Force of Equilibrium. Brutal Truth's first release. That was a great tour. Wish I took pictures at that, but there's videos of it up. So should I do one more? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, let's do one more here. Hold on a sec. All right. I'm going to go to Texas. This was on Drown Productions from Spain, which later became Extreme Records. This is 7's. This is really good death metal. Yeah, man. Actually, I'm in the mood to listen to this now. Yeah, I mean, it would, we see they get, Pestilence. Look at the shirts. They got Pestilence Immolation. Yeah, kind of along the lines of that stuff, from what I remember. But Dave Rotten, he knew how to. He chose awesome bands that back then. I want to play a little bit of the 7's. Give me a sec here. But he had a knack for finding cool bands, and I think some of these guys went on to do some bands. This recorded in summer of '92. Wow. I think some of these guys went on to do other bands, or they're still a staple in the Texas scene, I want to say. I don't know. I thought I heard something about somebody mentioning these guys on a YouTube show. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's killer stuff. Anyway, I don't think I wrote to the band, but do have some original flyers. Yeah, this is really like dark death metal. Almost, I would swear this is European. Almost black metal-ish. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, this is. How much was this back then? So, man, $6 ship from Drown from Spain. So cool. All right. We will. Let me dig out another batch.